As the World Cup is just around the corner, it seems to be scaremongering galore from some of the tabloid newspapers here in the UK, essentially spreading the message of don't go or else and discussing all sorts of possible horrific scenarios that could take place. And among the one of just many of the latest stories being discussed are alleged death threats being made against the LGBT community. And this is by far not the first time that something like this is being discussed. We've seen headlines talk about things such as Russia about to unleash its hooligans, how the police are, quote, thuggish in Russia, how there is a threat of being whipped by Cossack horsemen during the World Cup this summer, as well as talk of racism and hackers potentially breaking into your phones through Wi-Fi when you're there as a fan. And while all of this whipping up a frenzy is unraveling, we've been hearing officials from both sides, really, in Russia as well as here in the UK, say that everything is going to be okay. Among those people was Britain's top football police chief, who was speaking at a Foreign Affairs Select Committee hearing, who said basically Russia's on top of it. And the same message came from the England Football Association.
But we've been engaging now for the past 2 years in conjunction with the Foreign Office, but also the FA and FSF, to try and seek those reassurances from the Russian authorities. And we've had a great number of meetings with them, and every time we've met them there is a consistent reassurance that their aspiration is to put on a safe event that shows Russia to the best of its abilities.
Our security team have been impressed with what they've seen on the ground in Russia. Certainly, collectively, all the organisations went to the Confederations Cup last year, and actually I think we're quite encouraged by what they saw. Do we feel prepared? Do we feel we've had the right support that we've needed from the official channels? I think certainly from the FA's perspective, we'd say yes, we do feel.
Well, the Foreign Office has also been releasing certain instructions that have been playing down any worry about what could happen during the World Cup. They have said that, among other things, since 2016, 5 matches involving British teams have taken place in Russia, and those went without any trouble. And, of course, the fact that British police and Russian police have been cooperating ahead of the World Cup, and British police will, in fact, also be present on the ground as the World Cup unravels. And, of course, this is far from the first time that a big major sporting events take place in Russia, and this sort of scaremongering is attempted. However, we've seen in the past that things have gone well, and certainly that will be the case this time around as well, hopefully.